Mr. Davenport, your coffee is ready. Colombian roast, just like you like it.
Olivia is still rambling about market dominance. This merger needs to happen, Elena. It's our lifeblood.
Perhaps life needs less lifeblood and more pauses, Mr. Davenport. You haven't slept in weeks, and those croissants are getting cold.
Ooh, right, Elena. Olivia can wait. This city can swallow you whole if you let it. Ooh, radiate the calmness this chaos just needs, Elena. How do you do it?
Maybe it's the dust motes, Mr. Davenport. They remind me that even in this gilded cage, life whispers little stories. A spider weaving its web, a sunbeam dancing on the floor. Beauty exists even in the overlooked.
I wouldn't have thought dust could be poetic.
It can be, if you choose to see it. This very room, Mr. Davenport, it may glisten, but it holds whispers of laughter, tears, quiet moments lost in thought. Just like those lilies, reaching for the sun even as they fade.
Perhaps life needs more rilk and dust motes, Elena. And less mergers. You know, Elena, your rilk reminds me of my grandmother. She used to fill our tiny flat with poetry and whispered stories of hidden beauty. Maybe that's why this opulent apartment feels so hollow sometimes.
Maybe it's because the stories here haven't been written yet, Mr. Davenport. Maybe this grand canvas needs a touch of rilk, a sprinkle of dust motes.
Dust motes as paintbrushes? I like your metaphor. Tell me, Elena, what story would you paint on these walls?
Perhaps a story of laughter echoing in gilded halls, of sunlight painting patterns on marble floors. A story where even the forgotten corners bloom with life, like wildflowers pushing through cracks in the pavement.
And who are the characters in this story?
We haven't met them yet, Mr. Davenport. But I have a feeling they were waiting in the shadows, waiting for someone to tell their tale.
And maybe, just maybe, that someone could be us, Elena. A businessman and his housekeeper, weaving a symphony of whispers and sunlight against the backdrop of this opulence.
But is there room for a housekeeper in a symphony, Mr. Davenport? In a story like this?
In this story, Elena, you're not just a housekeeper. You're the sunlight dappling on the notes, the whispered melody between the beats. You're the beauty I never knew I was missing.
Mr. Davenport. Arthur. What are we doing?
We're rewriting the story, Elena. We're adding a verse of stolen moments, of shared dreams whispered in the dust motes. We're taking a chance on what might be.
Mr. Davenport, you can't seriously be considering this counteroffer. It's practically throwing away our leverage.
Olivia, I understand your concerns. But the merger, it feels wrong somehow. Like sacrificing something essential for a hollow victory.
Wrong? Mr. Davenport, since when do we base business decisions on feelings? This deal will solidify our position, expand our portfolio.
And line your pockets handsomely, I'm sure. Olivia, you're brilliant, ambitious, but I can't help but feel you're chasing the wrong kind of success. It's all about numbers, spreadsheets, climbing the corporate ladder. But where's the soul in that?
Soul. We're in the real world, Mr. Davenport, not some airy-fairy poetry book. This is about seizing opportunities, not chasing butterflies.
And maybe there's more to the real world than we think, Olivia. Maybe beauty hides in the overlooked corners, in the quiet moments, in the whispers of dust motes. Maybe, just maybe, true success lies in finding that beauty, even in the chaos of an empire.
I don't understand what you're saying, Mr. Davenport.
Perhaps it's not meant to be understood, Olivia. Perhaps it's just a feeling, a yearning for something more. And maybe, just maybe, it's a yearning we both share, buried beneath layers of ambition and expectations. Now, about this counteroffer. Let's give it another look. With fresh eyes, perhaps.
Fresh eyes it is, Mr. Davenport.
You have a way of making the ordinary extraordinary, Elena.
Thank you, Mr. Davenport.
Call me Arthur, please. Elena, there's something about you. It's more than just the cleaning and organizing. You bring a warmth to this place that I never knew was missing.
I'm just doing my job.
It's more than that. You bring life to these walls. And that poem you mentioned, About finding beauty in the ordinary. I feel it when you're around.
I never expected my work to mean so much to someone.
It's not just the work, Elena. It's you.
Arthur,
My thoughts keep finding their way back to you, like a compass drawn to its North Star. I apologize if it's unwelcome, but you have my attention entirely.
Brought you something, mi amor.
Thank you, Marco. You always know how to brighten my day.
Now, tell me what's bothering you.
It's Mr. Davenport. Lately, he's been acting strangely.
Maybe he's finally realized he's in love with his amazing housekeeper.
Don't joke, Marco. He's my employer. It's not right.
Elena, I trust you. But what if he's falling for you? What then?
That's ridiculous, Marco. He's just going through a rough patch. It's not about me.
Mi amor, I can see it in your eyes. Something's bothering you. Talk to me.
He did confess something today. Mr. Davenport, I mean.
Confessed what?
That he has feelings for me.
And how do you feel about him?
I don't know, Marco. It's complicated. He's my employer, and you're the one I love.
We'll figure this out together, mi amor. You're not alone in this.
I never expected things to get so complicated.
Life is unpredictable, mi amor. But we can navigate through it together.
Elena, I never meant for things to get so complicated. It's just being around you, I've realized that I've grown fond of you, more than I thought possible.
Mr. Davenport, I appreciate your honesty, but this is unexpected. I never saw you in that way.
I understand, Elena. It took me a while to realize it myself. I just couldn't keep it to myself any longer. I had to let you know.
This is a lot to process, Arthur. I never imagined our professional relationship taking such a turn.
I know, Elena. And I want to respect that. I just needed you to know what I've been feeling.
I need some time to think about this.
Of course. Take all the time you need. I value our friendship, Elena, and I don't want to jeopardize that.
Thank you for the jasmine. It's beautiful.
It reminded me of you. I wanted to give you something that brought a bit of beauty into your life.
It's thoughtful. I just need some time, Arthur.
Elena, regardless of what happens, I value our connection. You mean a lot to me.
You mean a lot to me too, Arthur. Let's give each other some space to figure this out.
Okay, I understand.
You deserve to be happy, Elena. Even if it means being with him.
But I don't want to hurt you, Marco. You've been such a significant part of my life, and I never thought we'd be in a situation like this.
Our love is strong enough to handle this. If he truly loves you, I'll understand. I just want you to be happy, even if it's not with me.
Marco, you're so understanding. I never wanted to hurt you, but my heart is torn between love and loyalty.
Love is a complicated thing, Elena. Sometimes it takes unexpected turns. I just want you to follow your heart.
I never expected to find someone like him, Marco. It's just different.
I can see that. And if he makes you happy in a way I couldn't, then I have to accept it.
I never thought it would come to this. I never wanted to hurt you.
Life has a way of surprising us, Elena. Our paths may be diverging, but I'll always cherish the time we spent together.
Thank you for being so understanding, Marco. I wish it didn't have to be this way.
Sometimes we don't get to choose the path our hearts take. Just promise me you'll be happy.
I promise, Marco. You'll always hold a special place in my heart.
Elena, I just needed you to know. Take all the time you need.
Arthur, it's not that I don't appreciate your feelings. It's just, I never expected this. Arthur, you're not like anyone I've ever known. It's unexpected, but not unwelcome.
I'm glad you feel that way, Elena. I've been carrying this feeling for so long, and it's a relief to finally share it with you.
I never imagined falling for someone in my workplace, but there is something about you, Arthur. Your sincerity, your kindness, it's hard to ignore. So, Arthur, what's your idea of a perfect date?
Honestly, just spending time with you feels perfect. But, if I had to choose, a quiet dinner, maybe some live music, and good conversation.
That does sound lovely.
Elena, I don't want to rush anything. Whatever happens, I just want you to be comfortable.
Arthur, I appreciate your patience. Let's take things one step at a time.